Hey guys, so I just made a story on Instagram asking you guys to ask me anything, suggest a topic that you want me to talk about. I'm going to be doing my makeup because surprisingly enough I got invited out somewhere. So I thought, yeah, that let's do something with this opportunity. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. Like my social life, my lips are dry, so I'm gonna go grab my chapstick, BRB, real quick. Just don't go anywhere. You guys, I literally have 15 of these scattered around my house. It's safe to say that Burt's Bees is gonna be in business. Like, I'm paying their bills for the next few years. Forever, actually. Let's not be modest here. I'm turning off the heat. Even though I'm gonna freeze, it's okay because the sound is gonna be better. So it's fine. I'll suffer. It's fine. Well, now that the heat is off, I probably have like maybe 5 minutes before hypothermia sets in because it's getting cold here. I only brought like 3 sweaters. I'm not sure why. I thought Los Angeles, sunny, 80 degrees, sunlight, and it's been the opposite. It was thunderstorming so bad last night. Yesterday night, I actually woke up from the thunder, how loud it was. I texted my friend up like, I'm scared. I don't know what else to do. So yeah, got played by the city of Los Angeles, City of Angels. City of Angels. I might want to tweak that a little bit. Thunder Angel. If that's not even funny. But it's pretty accurate yesterday. Someone wrote, I love you. It's moving fast, but okay, I accept. You can love me. So the look I'm going for today is, I go out very often and I do makeup all the time, which both of those I don't do. So we're gonna have an interesting time with this one. So let's start with this BB cream here. Let's like start this up, you know. I don't really know how much to ration. You know, I try not to use too much, but then I also need a lot, so I always end up putting a lot more. But let's start out really small first, just to trick our minds into thinking we don't need a lot of makeup. But let's be honest, we kind of do. At least I do. So I've just put a drop of oil in there. I really love this like little dropper thing. I just love using it. ColourPop, you guys need a new ambassador? I'm right here. Don't know how to use even eyeshadow. You know, the oil really makes it look like you're sweating. You just ran 5 miles, but you just stayed home all day. So it looks like I just suntanned in the Bahamas. I haven't even seen sunlight in like a year, so that's saying a lot. This is some good BB cream. So we're just gonna put a little bit more because God knows I need it these days. Every time I put on foundation, I look like a cracked wall, so I usually avoid that. I look like, it's like a really textured wall, you know what I mean? I'm probably gonna look like Casper the Ghost when I walk into this event. But right now it's looking good, so no one's here to tell me otherwise. So I'm assuming it. I really feel like I'm putting way too much, but I'm gonna find out when it's too late. Like a real world scenario. I'm gonna get pictures back. Like my faces are not even gonna show, it's just gonna be like one bright flash. Just don't tag me in the pictures. What are some fears photographers encounter, new or experience? Fears, there's a lot of them. I think just one of my biggest things is like, I don't want to get in trouble being outside photographing, like on the street, like in front of people's houses and everything. I've had moments where people literally will run out of their house and start yelling at me. Be like, you guys can't take photos in front of my house. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't. It's just really uncomfortable, and it's happened to me a lot actually. People saying I can't photograph in like a public space. I think I just need to read a law book, to be honest with you guys, and be like, listen, according to the 3rd page, chapter 14, section AB 150, it says that I can shoot here. I need to do that. I've had a lot of shoots where people just come out and yell at us for literally anything. In Australia one time I was photographing literally on the sidewalk. Some lady came out of her car so aggressively and was like, you can't photograph in front of my house. You need to stop taking pictures. I think I just ended up just walking away because I'm not really familiar with the law in Australia. I'm not trying to get arrested in another country, but I mean, it's a public sidewalk. I'm sure she didn't build it with her bare hands. I just kind of pick and choose my battles with that kind of thing because sometimes it's just not worth it. Like it's just a test shoot. You know, we're not shooting for Vogue or something. So I just, you know, I just found another place to shoot. One time I was shooting in New York, and a guy who was riding his bike shouted at the model saying like, "You're so skinny, you need to eat a burger." He said it so mean. Like, I don't know why that guy thought like he has a right to comment on someone's weight. I look like a clown right now, but I kind of like it. I actually yelled back at him, to be honest with you guys, because I thought it was so rude. Like, who are you, a dietitian riding a bike to be over here giving us advice on what we should and shouldn't be eating? People, I feel like when we're doing photo shoots, people think they have the right to yell stuff at us, come in our face. Like, I had a photo shoot one time, like the men actually put their arms around the model and wanted a picture with the model. Like, what gives you the right to do that just because we're taking pictures? People work in mysterious ways, I guess. I don't know. Just recently, like 2 days ago actually, we literally weren't even taking pictures. I had my camera around my neck. Me, the makeup artist, and the model were just talking about photography stuff. Like, you know, not like a sidewalk, but just like on the road. And this lady's house happened to be there because it's a neighborhood. And so she came, and she's like to the model, "Are you Rebecca?" And then obviously my friend's like, "No." And then she's like, "Oh, so you guys are just sitting and talking in front of my house?" She said it like that, like so condescending. We all looked at each other. I just bust out laughing. I'm like, is that illegal? Like, do we have, I mean, are we doing something wrong? I feel like if you have a camera, everything you do is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you're outside with a camera, illegal. It gives me so much anxiety, to be honest with you guys. So I usually try to like wrap up the shoots fairly efficiently, just, you know, get my shot. So that's definitely, people literally yelling at us for no reason. Like, we're not bothering anybody. It's not like a big production. It's me and the model, a camera, a makeup artist, that's it. Like, we're just walking around. So, and it's, you know what, no one would say anything if they had an iPhone taking pictures. Like, no one, I saw some guy at Target doing a photo shoot with a bag outside in the parking structure. No one said anything. No one, he looked like he was rocking it, but no one said anything to him. I think people just focus on the wrong things to be mad at. Rebecca's friends, stay pressed. Okay, next, what are we doing next? Biggest struggles when you first started photography compared to now. Struggles, I struggle every day, to be honest with you guys. I've been so exhausted and tired. I've spent so much money on like the clothes. Sometimes I won't have a stylist, so I have to bring clothes. And a lot of people are like, well, you know, why don't you just have the girls bring stuff? Well, if they're doing like a casting or something, sometimes they literally won't come with anything, and it's fine. Like, I understand, but someone has to have clothes for them. So I usually have to bring a lot of my own stuff. Like, I buy new things. Don't want the girls wearing used items. I've heard stories from models like they've had to wear used bodysuits and stuff. That's just unhygienic. And I've heard a lot of stories. I've heard so many stories from models, and it's crazy. And which leads me into the next point, which I think we should honestly talk about, is how the models are treated. A lot of people just treat the models like they're coat hangers. Like, oh, try this on, just do this, you're doing this, you know what I mean? They don't talk to them like they're actual human beings. They don't try to get to know them. Like, I've heard a lot of people for photo shoots the photographers don't even talk to the models before, like while they're getting hair and makeup done. It's like, why wouldn't you want to get to know the person that you're going to be photographing? I think that's very important. But some photographers just don't care. They just want to go in, you know, take the shot and go home, get that coin, get the paycheck. But you're not gonna get your best shot if you don't have a connection with the model. So I really like to get to know the model. I like to sit and talk with makeup. Like, for the past couple of shoots, I've been getting everybody like lunch. We just sat outside. We had a little break in between outfits. I get to eat a sandwich, so that's good. I hear stories more than often about photographers being disrespectful to the models, and I don't like that at all. What makes you better than the model? Because you're the photographer? Without the model, we wouldn't have the subjects to shoot. So I just think we need to pay attention to how we treat the models. And you know, your picture turns out better if the model likes you. If you show up at the end when hair and makeup is done, and it's just like you're photographing a stranger. You're not gonna get any emotion, or, you know, you're not gonna get the best picture that you can get. Because the person's, what if they're not comfortable with you? You know what I mean? And then another thing is the photographers being weird to the models, whether it's saying creepy things which, let's not act like it's a surprise. It happens all the time. We just don't talk about it. Like, no one talks about it, really. I don't know why, actually. And you know, when it is talked about, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, here's another article about, you know, a model being harassed, or someone said something creepy to a model. Okay, great. There's models that tell me that photographers say inappropriate things to them, and it's like, no, I feel like and they still will get clients. People will still work with them, and why are we still doing that? This just happened, but it's okay, because it's still good. You know what I mean? Okay, that's okay. We just have to treat our models like we would treat our good friends, you know? And they're a part of the team too. Just because they're a pretty face doesn't mean that's all they are. I love all the models that I work with. I mean, most of them actually end up becoming like really close friends of mine. I have no idea what I'm gonna wear to this thing. I just hate hearing stories from models like, oh, this photographer was mean to me, or, you know, I never got pictures back, or they said this inappropriate thing to me. Kind of shocks me. And then you still hear about that person taking pictures like it's not, like nothing happened. Like, yeah, they're out here doing campaigns and stuff. Okay, I guess. Sure, Stacy. Shooting film. Okay, that's a whole topic. I don't want to get roasted, but you know what? It's okay. I'm probably for this video. I made a little tutorial, you know, about the dust and the scratches, and I used the word film. And I know some people were upset with me making that tutorial, like, this isn't real film. And yeah, I know it wasn't real film. I never like claimed that it was like actual film. It will never be real film. I just thought it was like a fun little tutorial to add that type of look to your pictures in Photoshop. It's not going to replace film by any means. Film is like timeless. I mean, it has such a distinct look. It would be really hard to replicate it unless you actually just shot in film. Definitely, I truly respect the film industry and those who shoot in film, and I would definitely be really open to shooting in film, like, you know, doing a film photo shoot in the future. And I do want to do that. I just have to find the resources. Definitely open to it though, guys. Like, I'm not writing it off as like, oh, I'll just do it in Photoshop. Like, I understand there's another world to it. Fun fact, I actually did shoot film in college. We had to take a semester of some kind of like elective class, and I chose photography. Yeah, but this is when I didn't really care about photography. Like, I wasn't into it. I was doing graphic design. Fun class though, but I struggled so much in that class. I would develop film that came out blank. Literally like 2 rolls of film all blank. It's either because I loaded the film in wrong or something. I don't know. I remember doing this whole film photo shoot, and then I got to the darkroom and I developed it, and like nothing came up, and I was like, damn it. That was fun. Also, I got stuck in the darkroom for like an hour because the film canister, film roll would not open. I was there for literally an hour. The guy who overlooks all the dark rooms, when I came out, he was like, what were you doing in there? I was like, listen, man, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just ready to go outside and see some light. Deep inside, I was like, damn, I effed up. I definitely played myself. Definitely want to do some film videos in the future. If you have any recommendations on like cameras and stuff like that, I have no idea with film cameras. I don't know anything. So it's been a while. It's been a minute since I was in that dark room. I mean, I was in there for like 45 minutes last time, but yeah, just leave all your recommendations below. And if you need to leave a hate comment about that tutorial, it's okay, leave it here. It's fine, I will accept it. What was the worst experience you had with a customer? So actually, let's just go in general. My worst experience. Let's just talk about my worst experiences in photography. Let's just make this whole video like terrible experiences. Oh my god, my favorite is people who only contact me for like photography related stuff, like my friends that just literally for no other reason other than to be like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. Oh wow, good, how are you? You know, miss you. And then they're like, oh, so I just, you know, need a new headshot. I was wondering. I'm like, that's what I do, you know what I mean? I'm like, sweetie, I'm actually doing accounting now. Photography, I don't own a camera anymore. I don't even like to do headshots, you guys. Actually, recently I had a situation where someone came up to me to like say hi and talk, and I'm like, oh my god, hi, what's up? And then literally not even like 2 minutes in, they like, after them asking me a question, they just like turned around and left, like in the middle, like mid conversation, like me talking, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. And I'm like, this is so awkward. I don't know, I just thought that was so awkward. It was uncomfortable, but I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna be upset about it, because whatever. That happened recently, and it was, I think it was just like more awkward than anything. I was like, okay, yeah. That whole situation was really uncomfortable because they did that 2 times. They came up to me a second time. They had the nerve to come up to me another time. You know, the first time was like, okay, it's fine, whatever. Like maybe they had to be somewhere. And then they came up to me the second time. Just nonchalant, like conversation. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Again. And not even, probably 3 minutes in, not even. Same thing. Just turns around, back, and now their back is to me. And then they just end up all leaving. Like, actually it was like 2 people this time that did that to me. My socially awkward self was just standing there like, okay, let me get a glass of water real quick. Thankfully there were other people around me though. It was like fine. I just laughed it off because I'm like, maybe they just had to do something or whatever. Like, I don't know. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, whatever. It was just more awkward than anything. Like, it's okay. I honestly like didn't take offense to it. Like, some people got stuff to do and maybe I was just boring. Some people say the photography community is toxic and stuff like that, but honestly, like, most of the people I met are really chill and really cool, like just nice, genuine people who are willing to help you. Like when I was at WPPI, I had so much fun. I met some amazing people. We talked so much about photography. I really just used up my quota because like normal people don't want to talk about photography with me. Like my sisters are just like, okay, Jessica, are you done? Like, we're tired of hearing about this. And you know what? I just think there's toxic people. There are toxic people in every community. And I think the photography community is pretty good. There's some really cool people. Like, I love to meet other photographers. Just new people in general, and talk about what they like to do aside from photography. Like, really get to know them. I think people are just too quick to be like, oh, they're my competition, we're never gonna be friends, like, you know, gotta hate them. We need to just support each other in the photography community and just stop roasting each other. I love that word, roasting. I think the people who are toxic in the community aren't actually like actively going out and taking pictures. I think they're just like behind the scenes, just not happy with anything. And that just goes for I think that's just anybody in general. People, it's so easy to just paint this picture of like everybody being toxic, but that's honestly not true. There's really amazing people out there. Again, I just think that you just gotta actually talk to them. It's like we're too scared to talk to anybody or give them a chance. Like, why? Just because they don't have enough followers? That's kind of dumb. I know a lot of photographers who think like, oh, this person wouldn't like me because I don't have a lot of followers or I'm not like, who even cares about that? Like, I don't care about that kind of stuff. I'll literally hang out with anybody as long as they make me laugh. If they like The Office, like, we're good, you know, that's it. No one's a perfect photographer, you know. We all struggle, we all make mistakes. We don't always take the best pictures all the time, especially with me. There's definitely pictures, like even photo shoots I've done where even in the middle of it I'm like, oh, I don't really like these, but whatever, we'll see how it goes. You just kind of push through it, and that's just honestly the journey of it. So to any of you guys struggling, trust me, been there. Even this week with all these photo shoots, like even with the styling or, you know, the poses and stuff, I'm just like, I could have done better with this. So definitely I am hard on myself all the time. And another thing is like the criticism that comes with literally posting anything. I think I mentioned this before. You're criticized if you post a photo that's, you know, edited, because people will say, oh, this is overly edited. You're criticized if you post a photo that's unretouched because then you're lazy, you didn't put any effort into it. For every single thing, people find something to criticize. So in the photography community especially, it's really just your art. So it's definitely hard when people criticize you for that, because I think starting out it can be really hard in this community, because you're putting your work out there. You're very vulnerable because you're still in the beginning stages of kind of finding your style and learning editing and retouching and all that stuff. And then you may have people critiquing you or telling you like this sucks or something. And definitely have people till today there's people who say I'm a bad photographer, like I'm the worst of the bunch, you know. I get that all the time, but for me, I kind of just, I'm on my own path, so I just, like, I never take that to heart. Some people aren't gonna like my stuff, and I just accept that. I'm like, yeah, some people, like, sometimes my pictures aren't that great. Like, I'll even admit it. There's some pictures, like, I'm like, okay, man, I effed that one up. That one's not that great. I could have done better. But when you have other people telling you, like, this isn't that great, yeah, it can definitely get to you, and sometimes people literally will quit over it. So what I can say to that is just go at your own pace. Like I always say, I've said this before, like, they're not paying your bills, like, they're not doing what you do. Everyone's on their own different path, and just don't compare yourself to anybody. Like, you don't know what it took them to get to where they are today, and some people are going to become a success right away, and some people it's going to take longer for them. So anyways, my battery's dying, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Love you guys all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Let me know if you guys want me to do more of these, just sitting down and talking. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.